Hi, welcome to another Finance Friday. Today we are talking about the pros and cons of credit cards. So many financial advisors will advise people not to use credit cards. At least a lot of them will, especially store cards. So there are most people, even though a lot of people advise them not to have credit cards, most people have credit cards. And a lot of times, if you want to rent a hotel or rent a car and things like that for maybe a trip, you usually have to put a credit card on file in case something goes wrong. So it's important to have a credit card if that's something that you want to use for those type of things. But if you're interested in having a credit card, are they all bad? So today we're talking about the pros and the cons of credit cards. And I like using my credit card, but I think there is a trick to owning a credit card. And the trick is you don't want to carry a balance monthly. So it's very, very important that you decide, okay, if I'm going to make this purchase, I have enough money to pay it off and not carry the balance past when they send your invoice out. So whenever you receive that invoice, you need to go ahead and pay the balance or pay it before you even get the invoice. But that's really the trick. When you have a credit card, one of the pros is that many of them will offer you rewards. We often use rewards to buy things in our house, for our house, or to give to people as gifts. So there are some perks that can come with owning a credit card. But in order to take advantage of the perks and not have to deal with the interest rates, you need to pay off the balance every single month. Otherwise, you're going to have to pay interest. Many credit cards actually have a very high interest rate. Some are even greater than 20%. So it's very important that you take a look at your credit card, the fine print, when they send the fine print, what are the details and the specifics regarding that credit card. You do need to be aware what those specifics are. Some credit cards will even charge you monthly, which is not something that you want to pay. You don't want to have to pay in order to use your credit card. Having a credit card is like having a loan, and you're having that loan for you're getting money from the bank without having collateral in the bank. So that's different from a debit card. A debit card, you're swiping your card, but you're swiping your card and using money that you already have in your own account. And so a credit card is allowing the bank to give you some money for a period of time, and then you pay it back. So it's a loan that you're paying back. And I think it's very important that people understand that a credit card, even though you have one and you may have a large balance, that doesn't mean that you want to go and purchase as much as you can and kind of get that purchase to where that balance limit is. So your rule of thumb is that you really want to keep your balance low on the credit card. So if you're trying to be responsible and you are disciplined and you're using a credit card, you want to use it responsibly by not charging it all the way up. So depending on what your limit is, you want to keep your purchases that you're using in that month, you want to kind of keep them low. So that's going to be better for your credit. Using a credit card and paying it off monthly with not carrying over a balance is going to help you build your credit, because it's going to say to lenders, this person can take out loans and repay them back. So that is one way that you can build your credit. So in using a credit card, you can, not only are you supposed to pay off the balance every month so that you're not having to pay interest. Here's the kicker about the interest that you have to pay. If you're paying interest on a credit card, let's say you only pay the minimum balance, like $25. a lot of times they're going to tack on a percentage of your balance, and you're going to end up, whatever you thought you may have bought on sale or what deal you may have gotten, it no longer is a deal if you have to pay interest on it. So you want to err on the side of caution where you're not spending a whole lot on that card so that you can pay it off monthly without having a balance. So the key, zero balance on your credit card. The next thing you want to do, you want to take advantage of the rewards. So the credit cards that I have, the rewards kind of vary. Some credit cards offer 5% on everything that you purchase, which is pretty good. One of the credit cards that I have, each month they have kind of a different, I guess it's every 4 months, they rotate which companies that you can buy and purchase from. These are very common places like Walmart, Costco, and different places like that, where if you make a purchase, they'll like double the amount that you'll get back in rewards. So if you want to take advantage of those offers, you totally can without, having a problem. But again, if you take advantage of those offers, the only way it's going to actually help you kind of make money by using the credit card is if you pay that balance off in full. So you can kind of look into credit cards that fit your lifestyle. So if you are a person who likes to travel, a credit card that can help you earn rewards for like mileage and flight, like points for flights and things like that, you may want to look into a credit card that can do that so that you will get some of the perks that are available to you. Another perk that many credit cards give you are cash back offers. I know that with one of the bank cards that we have, each month, or whenever you log into your account, you can see what the cash back perks are. And you can, I know I like to use it to buy like clothes for my kids, because a lot of times it'll do like for Carter's or Children's Place or different stores like that, it'll say you'll get 10% back if you make a purchase here. A lot of times they have the stores like Old Navy, Gap, Banana Republic, and they'll say, if you make this purchase online or even in the store. So whenever you don't, like a lot of cashback programs like Ebates, you have to order the things online in order to receive the perks from that. But with your credit card company, it's not, with many of the credit card companies, they just have the places where you like click a button and it'll say, I want to activate this offer. And so even if you go and purchase things inside the store, you will be able to get the 10% or whatever the deal is. And so those type of offers are not all bad. But again, you have to pay off the balance. That's going to be kind of like the theme, pay off the balance in full. So those are just some type of credit card offers that are available to you. If you are a type of person who likes to purchase things and like to spend, even when you may not have the money in hand, not you're going to get the money when you get paid, when you get a check. No, you have to have the money, because if something happens, like your check is late or, just something that could be very odd and not common, if it happens, you don't want to be left with that balance, because you're going to end up having to pay for it. And credit card companies often make a lot of money from that. So you're going to want to look at the different credit card programs that are available to you and kind of see which perks fit your lifestyle the best. Another credit card that, like for instance, store cards. A lot of store cards, people say, oh, don't get a store card. Well, if you have like a favorite place that you shop for your family or yourself, and that's pretty much one of the only places you shop, like let's say a Macy's card and things like that. A lot of times, the more you use the card, the better perks they will actually send you. So if you think about it, if you're using that card and you're paying off the balance, you'll do better by actually using the card. So go ahead and make the purchases. Just pay off the balance in full. I know with Macy's, for instance, they'll give you, like, they always have extra offers, 20% off, and they'll say, they'll even give you cash offers, like, $10 off of a $25 purchase. Well, if you get $10 off and you're using your credit card, you've only paid $15. The key is you must pay off the balance in full. So you want to just keep that in mind. And again, you can have a credit card. You just have to be responsible and disciplined when you use it. Another thing that you want to keep in mind is that, so if you're not so much a credit card person and you're more of a debit card person, if you're a debit card person and you go and you buy things at an ATM, and like you take money out of your account through an ATM and not your specific bank's ATM, over time, the $2.50 that they're charging you to take money out from other other companies, then you're actually wasting money. So while $2.50 isn't a lot one time, if you're doing it a lot, let's say you're buying money, you're getting money out for lunch and things like that, you want to keep that in mind, that you want to go to an ATM that isn't going to charge you, that's already associated with your bank, so that you don't have to pay the extra fees. With anything, extra fees cost you. So when you don't pay off your balance in full and you only pay the minimum balance, a lot of times they'll tack on a fee. If you forget to pay your balance, let's say 1 month, they're going to tack on an extra fee. So you want to avoid doing that. Also, here's a rule of thumb. If you're not a person who just forgets to pay their bill a lot and it happens once a year, you can call your credit card company and you can say, something came up and I wasn't able to pay on time, but you do have to have the money to pay that day. And you can say, can you waive that fee? So you can ask companies to waive the fee that they're charging you. So you can't do it all the time. So if you don't have a track record of being responsible and paying off that balance in full, a lot of times they're going to be like, no. So that's something that you want to keep in mind. The credit card companies aren't out to get you. They're trying to really work with you and make money, but you can also use them savvy. You can be savvy when you use them and make money by using your credit cards. So I like credit cards. I don't think that they're for everyone. I have a lot of friends and family members who I don't recommend that they use credit cards, because a lot of times they don't pay off the balance in full and they forget to pay off the balance and they'll have extra fees. Also, it is true that when you have a credit card and you're not paying cash, you're a little bit disconnected from your money. So it's like, oh, you're willing to spend more when you use a credit card than you would if you were actually paying cash. I totally agree with that. So let's say you're out and you could even be at the grocery store, or you could be at a retail store and you see something and you're like, well, if I had cash, I probably wouldn't buy this, but because I'm using this card, I'm gonna just go ahead and get it. And a lot of times that will cause you to spend more money than you would otherwise. So you want to be very responsible when it comes to just kind of thinking through and asking yourself, is this a need or is it a want? And if it's a want, you want to kind of say, okay, if you're not doing it all the time, there are some times when you can treat yourself. But if you're treating yourself every time you go out, you're not going to be able to save. And that's not going to be very helpful. So thank you. Hi, Ann. Thanks for joining us. So you want to definitely just be patient and kind of think about what you want to buy whenever you're going to shop. So think about it. You can write a list. However, whatever the best way for you to be responsible and just make your purchases make sure that they're a need and not necessarily a whole lot of wants. Now, a few wants here and there are okay, just not all the time. So you want to be very responsible and disciplined when it comes to your money. You want to also know what money you are actually spending. So if you just swipe a credit card every time you go out and you never log into that account to see, well, how much did I actually spend? Some credit card companies will have a portfolio database which will allow you to see where you're spending money and allow you to see how much you're spending. That is a very helpful tool because you want to know, okay, it looks like I'm spending a whole lot on my, lunch items, just going out to restaurants and things like that. If you find that you're spending a whole lot of money in one place, you want to kind of look back and evaluate and say, oh, wow, I don't want to spend, I don't want to spend thousands of dollars each year just on coffee. You want to kind of just determine and evaluate, oh, wow, it gives you a chance to see what type of things that you purchase. So credit cards aren't all bad. You just have to be disciplined when you use them and pay the balance off in full. Again, I cannot stress that enough. The next thing you want to do when using a credit card, when you log into your to offer you want to also see if the credit card is going to, what type of perks are available. So every credit card company is going to have some sort of perks to entice people to sign up with their cards. Some are going to allow you to see your credit score every time you sign in. And when, if that's something that you're obsessive about and you need to see all the time, sure, take advantage of that and look and see what type of things are on your credit. So you want to just when thinking of a credit card, you don't want to have a lot of them. You want to have, maybe one that you use mostly for emergencies. If you are a very disciplined person, you can use a credit card for everything. As long as you pay off that balance in full, you can go ahead and rack up the rewards. I know there has been a time when I've used it for a wide variety of things and I was able to get like a $500 reward back. So that means that a lot of times I'll use it for everything, but I make sure that I log into that account, and before I get the invoice, I always try to pay the balance off in full. So the rewards that you can get are pretty large, and a lot of cards offer some really great offers if you're disciplined enough to take advantage of them. So the key is to be disciplined, to evaluate whether the things that you're buying are needs versus wants, and also to pay the balance off in full. But be aware of the interest rates that each card is offering you. Definitely don't, just because a card has really great rewards, but then it has maybe a super high interest rate, that may not be the credit card for you. You want to kind of take stock of what type of things that you're spending, what type of perks you actually need, and you want to do that when you're evaluating which card is right for you. Many cards will also give you, like, I've had cards that would send me money, like a check, where I could take a cash advance on my credit card. I do not advise you to ever use that. Again, don't ever take cash advances out of a credit card because they will charge you. And that is not a fee that you can waive. That is a fee that was built in. So if you are getting cash from that credit card, they're going to charge you for it. So that is one of the things that I advise you: never use the checks that come with your credit card. If it's associated with your bank, sometimes those are a little bit different, but usually even credit cards that are with your bank, usually they all come with some sort of penalty if you take out a cash advance. So I definitely don't advise you to ever take out cash advances on credit cards. Also, I want you to just kind of be aware the type of things that you're spending. Each month, you're going to want to look and see what type of things have you spent. Definitely, if you're not good with credit cards, definitely be a cash only person if that is for you. I mean, credit cards aren't going to be for everybody, but if you're disciplined enough to use them, you can actually get extra perks, get extra discounts, and even make money using them. I have had some credit cards that would actually give me money to sign up, and if I paid it off each month, I actually earned even extra rewards. So it was just depending on, a lot of times your credit card is also associated with your credit score. So if you don't have a high credit score, a lot of times the better offers with the perks and the rewards, you're not even going to be eligible for them. But if you do have a high credit score and you're very disciplined, go ahead and take advantage of those offers because you can actually make money in the process. So if you ever have any questions about financial things for Finance Friday, feel free to leave a comment in the comments section. If you have questions about today's Finance Friday, please leave a comment in the comment section. You can also look on my Facebook page for the other Finance Friday lives that have been done each week since January of 2017. And you can visit my website, CleverlyChanging.com, and you can go to the finance section and look at our different Finance Friday topics. But again, if you have any topic suggestions, we are always looking for new topics. And just keep in mind to pay your balances off in full when you have a credit card. So I hope you have enjoyed today's discussion, and I look forward to talking to you next week. Bye.